Like I said, I'm going to have to put a mirror on this thing. I'll put a mirror back there. See what I got going. This is the Intendor Radio Show. I'm Russell Scott Day. Called the FEC yesterday. I called the state. I'm okay for now. We'll just have to keep an accounting, I guess. I got the form out there. I'm eligible to run for the U.S. Senate. This is my show, you know, and so I'm trying to do it with regularity. I was really upset that I couldn't pull it together yesterday to do the job. But I did get the day before's finally pushed through, and we're glad of that. So I missed a day. This is from Tom Maxwell puts up part of the Soups video about some band. Let's see. Looks like fun, disco era kind of thing. Somebody dressed up pretty weird. I can't tell whether a man or woman. But then those some of those pop songs are kind of fun, you know. But right, for a long time it's been like none of the music matters. It doesn't move people, like it's not protest music. And hell, a damn Dear Landlord song by Bob Dylan comes back to be just as meaningful now that the Wall Street people got all that cash and decided to turn around and make advantage of the bubble burst and buy up all the foreclosed land. So now they're jacking up the rent again. There's no way you can have, I mean, I guess New York just got sick of it enough to call for rent control again. There was increasingly evidence of price gouging or unethical practices, unethical amounts of profit being taken from people who are renting, because everybody's got to rent now, and all the regular people, nobody can afford to buy now. Of course, they bought knowing that the mortgages would come to be the same price as the rent, so what difference was it going to make? They got kicked out anyway. People are rational. Rob Davis puts up, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The mediocre mind is incapable of understanding the man who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudices and chooses instead to express his opinions courageously and honestly. That's a quote from Albert Einstein Rob put up. Einstein wrote more linguistic papers than he did scientific papers in actuality. A lot of that math, if not put into words, is not very effective at causing any change. So that's one of the reasons he understood the importance of linguistics. Before Corinthian colleges filed for bankruptcy and closed down, the for-profit college was under investigation by 20 different states for defrauding students. But while all of this was going on, right until the very end, the agency responsible for accrediting Corinthian colleges kept renewing their accreditation, keeping them eligible for federal money and helping them lure in more students. I recently asked the accreditor how many states needed lawsuits before they question a for-profit college's eligibility. Watch what he said. Let's take a little look at this, because this is where I want to be. I want to be with Elizabeth Warren and Al Franken, who was more successful as a comic than I was, though. You know, it was a heartbreaking event for David Letterman to turn me down after asking for a tape. I had kind of kind of thought I was maybe going to make it.
Your agency was responsible for accreditation
I still want to get
for
up
campuses
there with a
at Corinthian
comedian.
College, this for-profit outfit that recently closed down. Now, before it filed for bankruptcy, Corinthian was under investigation by 20 state attorneys
UNC,
general, 3 AGs that filed lawsuits, as did the Consumer
because of their fraud,
Bureau, all alleging that
is under scrutiny as far as their accreditation.
To get them to enroll. And while this was all
that's
going
unbelievable.
on, you renewed accreditation for 7
it's outrageous.
in 2013, and right up to the bitter end, you continued accreditation for others, keeping them eligible for federal money, helping them draw in more and more students. So here's my question. How many federal and state agencies need to file lawsuits against one of your colleges before your organization takes a second look at whether that school should be eligible for accreditation and, most importantly, for federal money?
I don't think the number of agencies that are that have an investigation or some type of action going on with one of our institutions is the issue that determines where they stand with us in terms of accreditation.
Well, but you may not think the number is important, but we know
this
that
sort of thing has been going on and on. These people don't do their jobs. I'm wondering if our president is for the TPP because he doesn't trust those who are in charge of treaties and tariffs to be able smartly to look at every individual case and individual specific situation regarding fair trade, as we have to defend our nation from unfair trade. Free trade and fair trade do not necessarily turn into the same thing. And if you don't pay attention, either way, TPP or the standard old school tariff and old school treaties that regulate trade between nations, if you can't specifically, with this nation's capacities, if you can't trust your bureaucrats to take care of these things properly to defend the nation, you gotta get new bureaucrats, make a new system. Engineers create not only mechanisms but systems. You have systems that do the job of I mean, I got so I could write a questionnaire. You write forms. We determined, Garth Hoyman, my advisor, and helpmate, lots of times when we were doing How to Make Another Government on CR4 that they shut down, which was a poke in my eye, leading to my curses, so that I got banned, which was fine. We asked ourselves, we were asking questions. One of the things we decided was that a good career path for bureaucrats was to be able to become a technocrat, somebody who could write the questions that needed to be answered as far as how you're addressing another nation when they're doing trade back and forth between your nation. And it's a liberal misconception as well. I had it for a long time that if you're doing business with somebody, they would have an interest in your maintenance. You're doing well, so you would be more peace-like, between each other. But the fact of the matter is, Grotius, I think, is a guy like 425 BC, said, you're more likely to go to war with anybody you do business with than somebody you don't do any business with. I reflect on that and look at a divorce and go, well, you got children in common, you would think you'd want to have your assets handled well for those children, but some divorces just don't. That's not the way it goes. The animosities and anger run so deep, they'll just wreck the whole family and the children's lives. So I think I've got about that. Down here, it's got Bernie Sanders. People would vote for Bernie Sanders for president over Clinton in a minute. It's gotten so we just can't trust, Hillary Clinton. You don't feel like it. If she had divorced Bill Clinton, that would be another thing. But to have Bill Clinton back in the White House with her is some sort of horror show idea. Regardless, I mean, we got to vote for the party, the Democratic Party, to get a little bit. But, the idea that Hillary Clinton is going to be any sort of near savior and reinvigorate any kind of love you might be able to bring back into your breast as far as the United States is concerned. I don't think it's Hillary, it's Sanders. So I think I've used up my time. Thank you.